Welcome everyone, I'm LockheartQT, and today I'll be diving into some major news straight from Bungie themselves in this week's TWIB. That's right, Bungie has officially announced the unsunsetting of all previously sunset weapons in Destiny 2, but before we jump into the details, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for all the latest updates from Destiny, and here we go. Alright, let's break it down. Sunset weapons has been a hot topic of debate among the entire Destiny and Bungie community since it was first introduced. If nobody knows what I mean by the term sunsetting, well, just before Beyond Light, pretty much I'd say half of Destiny's content was sunset, meaning that it was taken out of the game and placed into something called the Destiny Content Vault. Other games such as Call of Duty and Fortnite have done something very similar. The problem at the time is that Destiny, in terms of file size and internal item management on the data on, like Bungie's end, was just getting too big, it was getting too much, and Destiny 2 as a game was just feeling too bloated, there was just too much content. So Bungie had to take out content. This included planets such as Io and Titan and Mercury, raids, strikes, crucible maps, and more importantly, weapons. And again, while they provided a way for Bungie to keep the game fresh with new loot, many players such as myself did feel very frustrated that their hard-earned gear just became suddenly obsolete. People grinded for hours and weeks and months to get a particular god roll on a certain weapon, and unfortunately it was content vaulted, it was placed into the DCV and never to be seen again. And in this week's TWIB, which is This Week in Bungie, fear not, because Bungie has heard of our pleas and has decided to reverse course on sunsetting altogether. That's right, you heard me right, all previously sunset weapons and legacy weapons in Destiny 2 are making a triumphant return to Destiny 2. Now, I'm not going to read the whole TWIB, I'll put it on screen right now as well as in the description below, so if you want to go read the entire article, because it does go into things like, for example, they're introducing a power level across your entire account rather than being separate to that character, and other things like that. So if you want to go watch that, it'll be in the description below. But as for sunsetting specifically, Bungie had this to say. One problem we encountered when designing Fireteam Power was power limits found on older gear items. You might have noticed as you read about Fireteam Power that the adjusted power shared by the power leader would sidestep the caps on old power limited items, making it possible to ignore them. After thoroughly considering the problem space, we came to the decision to remove power limits from all items starting in the final shape. Always being able to play with your friends was a huge goal for us. As we close out the Light and Darkness saga, we want to rally all Guardians, active, returning and new, to help fight the Witness, and there's no better way to play Destiny than with your fire team. As we pursued this goal, it became apparent that power limits were fundamentally incompatible with the new Fireteam Power system. We understand that many power limited items have been dismantled at this point, and we regret that we have no recovery mechanism for these. Going forward, we intend to introduce sources for most of all of these updated to modern Destiny sandbox standards, with added properties such as origin traits, build crafting perks, and, as we have started to do with the Brave Arsenal in Destiny 2, into the light. Now, as Bungie stated there, they've already started bringing back some of these legacy weapons that were in the DCV. For example, pretty much all of the Brave Arsenal weapons that were included in Onslaught that you can get right now in Destiny 2, plus a few of the seasons have brought back previous weapons not only from Destiny 1, but weapons that were sunset in Destiny 2, so it's really cool that all previous weapons, so that's all the Leviathan weapons, all of the Black Armory weapons, the I guess like pinnacle weapons that were vaulted as well, they'll all be coming back, which is just great. Now, this is huge news for the Destiny community, as it means that some of our favourite weapons from the past are once again going to be viable options for loadouts going into the final shape. Whether it's the iconic Mindbender's Ambition, or the Galliant Black Armory variant, or any of the Black Armory and Raid weapons really, we can finally rejoice in the return of these legendary weapons. So what does this mean for the future of Destiny 2? Well, for starters, it opens a whole new world of possibilities when it comes to weapon customization. With a vast arsenal of weapons at our disposal, Guardians can experiment with different loadouts and playstyles like never before. What I'm saying with this is we can take these legacy weapons that were in the game previously and we can use them in brand new content. For example, you could use the Leviathan weapons in, I don't know, Crota's End, for example, and it's just the possibilities here are going to be fantastic. And not only does unsunsetting all of these previously sunset weapons breathe new life into the game, it's important to remember that with great power comes great responsibility. While unsunsetting weapons brings back some of our beloved fan favourites, it also presents new challenges for weapon balancing and game design. Bungie will need to carefully monitor the meta to ensure that no single weapon dominates the sandbox, maintaining a level playing field for all Guardians. In conclusion, the unsunsetting of previously sunset weapons marks a significant turning point in the evolution of Destiny 2 as a game, really. It's a testament to the dedication and passion of the community overall. You can thank yourself for this happening because a lot of people, were begging for certain weapons to come back, hence why a lot of them came back in the Brave Arsenal for Into the Light with Onslaught, and I know a lot of people will be saying that Bungie have only done this because their back is up the wall, and I know a lot of people make the joke that a frightened Bungie and a under pressure Bungie is better. I mean, you have to look at, the past for Forsaken, Taken King, Witch Queen. Bungie were under immense pressure to get the game right, as they, had a lot of backlash for each of those, and then those expansions that I just listed came out and pretty much saved the entire series. So again, a lot of people like to say that Bungie, when they're under pressure, do better, and it does definitely seem like that. I mean, we just had Into the Light, which was a really well-received, free update for all players, with Onslaught being fantastic, as well as, new gear being added, all the fan favourites. And this kind of reminds me of the Destiny 1 final update, which was the Age of Triumph, the last Age of Triumph we had, where Bungie pretty much brought back every single exotic, every single legendary gear. They brought back all the previous raids and raised them to the highest power level. They brought back like Icebreaker, Galahorn, for example, and it seems like Bungie are doing the same thing for the final shape. Not only that, but we get these, we can reacquire all of these old weapons with the new perks. We can get random rolls, as well as, getting things like origin traits and whatnot, and build crafting, and who knows, a lot of these weapons will be craftable, so that's cool as well. Plus, I know a lot of people will be pissed off because a lot of people dismantled a lot of these weapons. Luckily, I did keep most of my weapons. Unfortunately, there's a few weapons I have unfortunately dismantled from my vault. I don't know, Dato's going to be looking very sheepish right now as he's cleared so many people's vaults, so it's going to be really interesting to see how he reacts to this, but hey ho. Anyway everyone, thank you so much for watching the video today, and for more Destiny 2 content on the channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and tell me the thoughts, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the fact that Bungie are bringing back every single weapon that's been in the game? I am so hyped for this, and this really gets me hyped for the final shape, and I just hope they get it right. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye.